Hello and welcome to Talking Good Game Live. We just finished Leeds United 2, West Ham United. No, sorry. Leeds United 1, West Ham United 2. Great start. The show's gone fantastic, hasn't it? almost like a Disney film or something. You had the prince, you had the villain, and that's just West Ham players. But you had the happy ending. Gonzo, it took 2 minutes to get a highlight. 2 minutes. Sebastian Haller.
Like a Disney film, Geo. They also had Bambi as well on ice. Bambi falling over quite a lot. Sorry. What are you talking about?
Sebastian Haller loses the ball at the halfway line. Lovely through ball to Bamford. 1-on-1 goes round Fabianski. Stonewall penalty, really. But we'll get on to the VAR stuff in a minute. But it sort of set the tone for Sebastian Haller.
Someone's a lucky boy that we won. Someone is a very, very lucky boy that we won, and we're going to get onto a lot of the positive stuff today. That was one of the worst performances I've seen from a West Ham player in recent times. That's up there with Balbuena's performance against West Brom in the Cup as one of the very worst performances. All I can say is the other day, David Moyes started with Mikel Antonio. And he was injured, and he was so bad that Moyes hauled him off at half-time. Sebastian Haller was worse than injured Antonio today. Put it that way. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. Funny enough, I thought the last 4 minutes of the game, I thought he was excellent. Almost once the pressure was off, but it really did set the tone. It was awful. It was awful. I mean, and I really thought it was going to impact our team because. Couldn't make anything stick. It seemed like we were. It wasn't like we were just playing with 10 men. It was like we were playing with 10 and then they were playing with 12 because he was like a player for Leeds. You know, I thought he was going to change shirts at half time. I was supposed to see him come out for half time. Really. Anyway, I've got to stop. Because obviously we won and I'm chuffed. And there's an awful lot gone right today. But that was a bad day at the office for Sebastian Haller.
Anyway, lovely through ball. Bamford goes round Fabianski, brings him down. Stonewall penalty. Click takes the first pen, saved by Fabianski, goes to VAR, turns out Fabianski's off his line, retaking, Click scores it this time. What do you make of all the palaver?
I can't argue with the rules. If those are the rules.
You can complain about them though.
Sorry?
You can complain about the rules though.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. And I say this when it goes for us, and I say this when it goes against us. I am sick of it. It just takes too much time. I'm not arguing he was off his line. He was off his line a bit. That much? I don't know. Not much. But, I guess the rules are the rules. What you've got to decide is whether you want this video activity afterwards to start taking minutes out of each game. I wasn't... When we scored our goals... What about you? I'm sure. If I'm doing it, other people are doing it. Are you fully celebrating goals now? I'm not sure I am. Ogbonna scored today, right? The other day when he scored, and if anyone noticed when he scored, whatever it was, a couple of games ago or whatever it was, he didn't celebrate to start with. He was looking round like this. Have I scored? I'm a bit sick of it, really. I'm not complaining with the decision. Fabianski was off his line, but crikey, it's tedious.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that. The rule's just stupid. I don't know how keepers are meant to save pens without giving themselves a slight advantage. If you want to be that, if you want to dictate the keepers need to stay on the lines, Click isn't one of them. But you got to get rid of these stupid run-ups that people do, like Bruno Fernandes when he does this hop, skip, jump, sort of stumble thing. How are keepers meant to know when to go and when not to go?
Yes.
It's just ridiculous, and I don't like it. I don't like stuff like this. It's too far. Before someone says it's because it's going against us, I thought the Villa equaliser against us should have stood. It went to VAR and went in our favour and got the 3 points. I think that goal should have stood. It was too far. It's just, I don't know. And the worst thing is when you look at the Leeds' pen that they scored, Bamford's in line with Click. He's so far in the box. He's practically in line with the guy taking the pen. It's like, well, hang on a minute. We're just going to ignore that encroachment because it's gone in. Had that been a defender in Bamford's position and Fabianski saved it, I can almost guarantee they would have hauled that back and made them retake that.
Good observation.
So it's just frustrating. It just sucks the joy out of it a little bit. Anyway, 2 minutes in, 1 goal down, striker line on the halfway line, wondering what the hell's gone on, and everyone watching wondering what the hell's gone on. But I thought we did all right after that. I thought we did okay.
We did. I think to a point. We did okay. This wasn't the technique fest that I think I was certainly expecting from Leeds. I found Leeds to be less technically proficient than I thought. I thought they got into their positions well. I thought they held their shape well, but I did think they. I know they had some players on there who cost some money, but I also did think they had a look of players who the manager was getting the very most out of. I did think I saw lesser level players there. They, almost trying to play like Man City, but without the technique of Man City, which I think did help us. I never really felt we had full control of the midfield. However, I thought on the counter attack, I was going to say we looked dangerous. The more I saw of Haller, the less dangerous I felt we were. But I felt if the counter-attack was functioning, it just seemed to flounder at the same point all the time. We seemed to hit a brick wall, and that was it. But actually, the way that Bowen and Ben Rama were carrying the ball up the pitch is what I like to see. And I said before the game, I wanted to see us try and take the game to Leeds. I felt we did. I really did. But we had one hand tied behind our back whilst doing it, unfortunately.
I thought it was a decent, entertaining game of football that first half. Actually, I thought it was sort of like you have a go, we have a go kind of thing, and both teams were just lacking in the final third. I thought both sides were, I guess to use your analogy, players trying to play better than they are. I think there was a little bit of that about West Ham, if you like, as well. I thought both teams were working hard, but just lacking a little bit of something. I think both teams might have had 7 or 8 players playing well, but the 3 or 4 that weren't playing so well were almost key players for both sides. We saw that we know the West Ham players, but we saw that at half time when Harrison's getting hauled off down that their attacking player down is getting taken off by the manager as well. So I think it was a good game, but we got our equaliser. But 42% has gone up a little bit. Don't know what it is.
We spoke about it in the preview, Geo. 2 goals from headers from set plays. Get enough corners. We're going to score some goals. I can't remember what the stats was.
It's 42% of set pieces. 42% of goals Leeds have conceded under Bielsa all time have been from set pieces. It's just gone up maybe 0.5% or something. But Bowen corner in. There's Solchek at the back post. Keeper made a bit of a mess of it, but I sympathise with him when he's running across his line like that. It's difficult to dive the other way when your feet are already going in that direction, and he more than makes up for it during the rest of the game. But
he totally redeemed himself, Gio. Yeah, it was atrocious goalkeeping. That was terrible. He'll have nightmares about that tonight, certainly. Souček at the back post. Look, opposition teams will do your scouting for you if you want. We're going to score headers at the back post. There you go. Sometimes they won't even become headers. If you look at the last game, that's our 3rd set piece goal in a row, by the way, in consecutive games. This is how we were playing at the end of last season as well. We're incredibly dangerous from them, as good as anyone else in the league. I'm sure you all saw the stat on the screen there, and that's going to be no surprise to any West Ham fans, and it really probably shouldn't be a surprise. I guess to Leeds fans, you know what you're going to get. We're not, we're not painting a Picasso here at West Ham anymore. We are going to send the big fellas up, and we're going to get somebody put into good deliveries, which you've done twice today. We're going to put up at the back post, and we're going to pop the ball in your back of your net. And I think it was possibly the only bit of value that Haller provided today was that whilst Haller is on the pitch, I did feel that their 2 centre-halves, Ayling and Cooper, are so preoccupied with Haller throughout the game and trying to bully him, which they did. They won that game. The battle they won, the war they lost, right? But they were so preoccupied with him that carries over into corners as well. So they're still trying to battle him. Well, actually, we can tell you at West Ham he ain't a threat from corners. But whilst he's in there 6'4" or whatever he is, they're not big enough to mark everyone. They can't mark him and Balbuena and Rice and Souček and Ogbonna. And whilst they're focusing on him, there's space elsewhere, and we exploited it. As Souček, well, that's his 3rd goal of the season. It would be amazing. I sort of hoped at the start of the season this boy may score 8 to 10 goals this season, which is a phenomenal rate for a midfielder. He might do, Gio.
Yeah, what I liked about it is our big boys were spread about. Balbuena went front post, then there was Rice, then there was Ali, then there was Ogbonna, then there was Soucek. So it was almost like to Bowen. You hit it along the 6-yarder. It doesn't matter where on the 6-yarder. We've got someone ready to attack it. Just get it into that 6-yard bit. Fantastic delivery, fantastic header. Keeper could have done a bit better, but I do have a little bit of sympathy for him. Anyway, half time 1-1. What were your thoughts?
I was hopeful we would get back into the game. But I was majorly worried by Sebastian Haller at this point, and pretty damn worried about the fornicator as well. His passing was just a riot. I think you make a good point. Just in terms of the final bit of quality that was missing from both teams. It was the final ball. It was the shot, the last bit of control, or whatever. But I was, despite my apprehension at that point, and despite the fact that I wasn't happy with the composition of the bench, I did still think, well, we've got Lanzini on the bench, and very early in the game, I would already decide to myself I would have taken Haller off and put Lanzini as a false 9. I'd already decided that. And even when Fornells wasn't playing, I was like, well, okay, we still got Lanzini. But it just shows how little we know about the game. Look, having said that, we got a lot right in the preview, but at that point when I'm watching it, I'm thinking I'll do this, that and the other to win the game. Actually, he did none of that, and he still won the game. But Leeds started bright in the second half, and it was amazing because I did think, obviously, it was a mistake from Harrison for the corner from which we scored in the first half, and I was absolutely amazed that they managed to take him off because he wasn't playing well and find a worse player to put on. And the substitution of Costa proved very costly because in the end, it couldn't stop acting people down. It was a terrible substitution at the end of it from Bielsa, and actually helped us get back into the game. We had a big miss from Haller at the start, but I thought first 10 minutes Leeds had come out. We looked like we hadn't had a team talk. Looked like we'd had a few mugs of Horlicks. Leeds had the riot act read to them from Bielsa via the translator, of course, and they came out. I thought they were really impressive, Leeds, at the start of the second half.
I didn't even notice Fornals in the first half, good or bad. I did not notice him. He was just invisible out there. I felt a bit sorry for him because stuck it out in the left. I mean, we say he's not got the pace to play sort of like left attack in the field. Well, he's definitely going to have the pace to play left midfield, which is even more running involved. So he was on hiding to nothing out there. I would have liked to have seen him and Benrahma swap, because Benrahma's going to look lively wherever you play him. Sure. So I'll at least put Fornals somewhere where he maybe he can be lively too. But he was just gone in the first half. I thought Haller was shocking. I really like Haller, but he just cannot defend that, unlike Haller when he went back. Actually, he was not too bad defensively, but he was just terrible. When your second touch is a tackle, you know you're doing something wrong, and every time he got the ball, it was just bouncing off him. Honestly, it was like he had flubber boots or something. Do you know that little Disney film?
Yeah.
I think he had that or something. He was just horrendous. I think their Leeds defence, and the commentators were saying they bullied him. To an extent they did, but I think they didn't even have to for some occasions. There was one, Fabianski almost chipped it onto his chest on the halfway line. It bounced off him like 5 yards away, and he just gave it back and thought, there's no need. The Leeds defence actually let him go because he went so deep. They just left him, and he still conceded possession. I just watched him. He thought, bloody hell, this is not your night at all. Missed a couple of decent chances with that header. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to head into the ground and catch the keeper out, but he headed it down. It was closer to his feet than the goalie's feet. Yeah. It was just such a dreadful performance in that first half. Anyway, second half, like you said, Leeds started a little bit brighter, but I do feel after 5-10 minutes, Gonzo, I felt like we got on top, and I felt like in the end we were deserved winners, and we were unlucky to only score 2, to be honest with you. But we got a winner through Ogbonna. Surprisingly, another set piece in comes, and there he is at the back post, and I have to say, what a header! It's right into that top corner, isn't it? It's just perfectly placed, not a chance for the keeper.
Yeah, I'm going to just run out of things to say about Ogbonna, really. It's just absolutely tremendous. Great delivery from Cresswell, of course. They were inviting it upon him. How somebody in the has somebody in the Leeds dugout or whatever hasn't got hold of Costa and said you've got to stop doing what you're doing because we can't keep conceding free kicks against this team? I don't know, but it was so cheap. I mean, if you are, like when you get something that's really telegraphed, you get someone that's diminutive and quick, like Ben Rama. You don't know whether he's going to go left or right, a pirouette, a nutmeg. You don't know, right? But when you get tricked by Thomas Souček, and Thomas Souček is able to do a bit of dribbling and draw the foul, you know you're in trouble because it's so telegraphed. You know what it wanted to do. Honestly, it was terrible. It's like he's like an oil tanker going in to try and moor up. It's like how he didn't know it was happening. I don't know. He still acted down. The rest is history. Wonderful delivery from Cresswell. Great header from Ogbonna. Who got a bit carried away after that, decided he was going to be winger for a bit. I thought, what are you not doing, crossing the ball over for Balbuena? So yeah, we had I don't know, he made these weird changes, boys. Successful changes, which again, he obviously knows more than me. What was he doing? And Ogbonna popped up on the right wing, and Balbuena was playing at centre forward. But actually looked better than Haller, actually at centre forward, Balbuena. And crazy game really. But we were in the ascendancy, and we attacked them, and I liked that because we attacked Man United, and we just seemed to be going for it again. I really like it. I was very, very happy with today, and what I was really happy with, Geo, as much as everything else, was how the team celebrated afterwards. And I know we tend to just switch the telly off quickly and jump on and do this, but I did manage to catch 30 seconds of them. And Rice got them all in for a huddle, and it was, I can't tell what they were saying, but they were very pleased, as you'd expect them to be. But it had an air of job done, lads. This is what I don't know. It seemed like they were saying, this is what we planned. That was how it was meant to be. The game plan works. That's how I thought. It was almost a case of, yeah, Masuaku was out. We've drilled a new system. The system worked. We've worked hard, and we've done it. And I was really, really pleased to see that. And I think it's rubber stamped quite a lot for us, this performance.
Yeah, I thought the second half, for the last half hour of the game or something, I thought we were terrific. Every time we went forward, we looked like we were going to carve open a chance. We just seemed to start picking up more and more free kicks, and we looked dangerous every single time we got a free kick. You generally sat there thinking, "Here we go." They're just too small. Leeds are just too small, and that thing comes up at the start of the game on Sky Sports, showing you the height of the players. And Leeds' tallest player is 6'1" at Cooper, and our tallest five players, the shortest one is Declan Rice at 6'1". You're thinking, this is what we're looking for.
It's like the start of what's it called, like the Wizard of Oz. It was like that. They were smaller than me, and I was. You're right. You knew it was coming when they were conceding all the set plays.
One thing I did like though, when Ben Rama took that free kick and he shot, and it was a bit selfish. I can see what he's trying to do in the replay. The keeper is a little bit in the 6-yarder, but he gets to his front post easily. But I actually like the fact that he got hauled off free kicks immediately. The next free kick, Creswell almost said to him, no, mate, this is not what you do here. When we've got the big boys in the box, you put the ball in the box. You're not taking the free kick now. Creswell whipped it in and we got a goal off it. I think Ben Rama will learn next time. Brentford, it's alright, but here you're no longer star player. You're no longer, not Mr. Brentford, but you're no longer, okay, Ben Rama does what he wants here because he's that good. It's like, you are good, but it's almost like an hierarchy at West Ham. You've seen that when Martin Noble come on, Declan Rice sprinted over to give him the captain's armband. There's a way we do things. There's an order. This is a disciplined club here. As you were saying with the huddle after, that would imply all those things as well. Yep. When Ben Rama took that shot, you could see a few of the players look over as they say, what on earth have you just done? I think he's almost got his hand slapped a little bit. But I like that. You don't want to contain him with the ball at his feet. You don't want to restrict him. Say, go do what you want, because he did that twist and turn in the first half where he sent Calvin Phillips back to the England under 23s. But you want him to do that in open play. But when it comes to set pieces and stuff that you can work on in training ground, you've got to have that discipline about it. And I quite like that the next free kick come, Creswell was like, nah, off you get, mate. You've had your chance. You've fluffed it a little bit. But I have to say, 4 at the back, how do you feel we got on?
Oh, I thought we did very well, actually. I thought we did very well. I don't think they created a ton of clear-cut chances, They created enough, 4 or 5, enough for Fabianski to be impressive today, by the way. That being said, Leeds United are a decent team. And I did say this, there will come a point where we have to stop saying it, and that point is now been and gone, okay? Leeds United will go and put... This season, Leeds United will stay up. Leeds United will stay up relatively comfortably, and Leeds United will, in some games, score 3 goals and stuff like that. Today they can't and they couldn't, and to be fair, they needed a second chance to score the 1 goal that they did score. Leeds United are not going to be coming up against teams like West Ham all the time. And they'll say, thank God, because, I mean, people sort of rally against it when I say it. You know, not many people, but so I do get some comments. I say we sort of win ugly and all the rest of it. But oh, don't say that, don't say it. But we do. We're not a tippy-tappy team, Geo. We're not. We're playing for set plays so much. And I'm not criticising us for that. I like it. I embrace it. I want it. I want us to be mean. I want us to be nasty. I want other teams to worry about us. I want Leeds to think, thank goodness we ain't got to play West Ham again. Well, actually, they do. But do you know what I mean? Oh, thank goodness we only got to play them once or whatever, once more. Something like that. I don't want to come up against that horrible, horrible team again with big old giants and all the rest of it. Yeah, good on us. I'm really, really pleased today, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm very happy today. I thought we played better today than we did in the wins against Villa, Sheffield United and Fulham. I thought we weren't quite as... Actually, I thought Man United for the first hour, I thought we were better then than we were in any of the wins, although we went on to lose that game. But I would put today's performance just behind that hour against Man U. I thought we were organised. When you switch formation, it's going to take a little bit of teething problems. There's going to be some issues there, and there was 1 or 2 slight ones today, but that's more down to 2 individual performers in Fornals and Allaire, and there's really good positives to come from it. I thought 1 or 2 players looked better in this system, actually. But individual performers for you?
We'll get to good. I just want to touch one more thing on Fornals, just because you just mentioned it. I didn't see you at the weekend, so obviously I did the review on my own, and we've not spoken about the Man United game. For their first goal, which went out, I don't know if you watched, because I know you were away, I don't know if you watched any of the videos, but I said for the Man United goal, even though it did the first one, even though it went out of play on touchline, it was absolute stupidity from Fornals. Did you see what he did?
No.
Okay, right. For that first goal, before Henderson hoofs it up the pitch, right, Sebastian Haller runs offside, 5-6 metres offside. I mean, he's loads. Fornals got the ball on the sort of almost left wing position, right? Very, very tight. Because, well, you know where he is, because you know where Henderson's kicked it from, because obviously you've seen the highlights, right?
I watched the game. Okay.
Right, well, what Fornals did then, if you watch it again, Fornals thought, oh my goodness, okay, Haller's offside. He should have just turned round and played it back and retained possession. And he panicked. He said, oh, damn it, I'll pass it anyway. And he just passed it into the space where Haller was, and Haller went, I can't touch it. Went through, keeper, kicked it up, they scored. Granted, it went out, all right? Today did the same thing. I wrote it down because I was so furious. 42 minutes, 10 seconds. This time it was Cresswell. Cresswell run out of touch. He's gone. Fornals in the same position. He needed to turn round and pass it back or do something, hoof it. He did exactly the same thing. He just passed it. Even though there was no one there, he just went, and just passed it to Leeds players. He needs to cut it out because it happened in the second half. A different thing. It was all, but I'm just saying that was a carbon copy on 42 minutes, 10 seconds. A carbon copy of what happened to Man U. He also did it in the second half. Not a carbon copy, but he's in the middle of the pitch this time. He got panicked and he just passed it to Leeds, and they went on the attack and they almost scored it. I can't remember. Fabianski made a save. One of the saves Fabianski made in the second half was a direct... And had that have happened, people would have been looking at the Fornals pass like they looked at Haller's one in the first half of the first goal. It needs to be sorted out. Okay, we can't keep surrendering possession for all the good that he brings, and it was working hard. And the reason that we played, everybody... We didn't know what the shape was going to be precisely. And I think once we saw them line up after the first 10 or 15 seconds that we were going to watch, we all knew, oh, look, Benrahma's a bit more central. It seems to be a bit behind Haller. Oh, right, Fornals is out on the left. We know why he's there. He was there to provide some protection for Aaron Cresswell. But I know they drill this stuff, and I know it's worked, but I just hope they're working on a little bit of technique with him, because it just needs to sharpen up a little bit, because the ball keeps giving the ball away to the opposition. That's all my moans on that. Let's give a massive amount of respect to Fabianski today. I know it wasn't ideal with him hauling down the guy for the penalty, but I think he probably would have scored anyway. So actually, had he not come up his line, it would have looked like a stroke of genius. He only got the yellow card. It was fine. There was 3 really, really good saves in that match. I thought he did really, really well in that. I thought Ogbonna and Ogbonna were fantastic. Ogbonna in particular, grew into that game. I thought there was a couple of shaky points at the start from Ogbonna, but the longer the game went on, the better he became. Ogbonna was just the governor as well. He's actually quite a big boy. What's his name? Bamford, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's quite a big boy. I don't know if clearly he's not the one that's 6'1", but he's not little, is he? And he was putting himself about a bit, and I thought Ogbonna handled him really, really well. I thought Cresswell did okay. I didn't think most of their good attacks didn't come down Cresswell's side. Most of Leeds' good attacks came down, down the other side. I really liked how Rice plays. Again, he just grew into the game. It was interesting. I like a duel, Geo. I like a duel when you have one player going against another player, and I like that duel for the England place today, if you like. And I thought the more the match went on, Rice just, he looked like the quality player. And I like Phillips. Phillips is a good player, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, but the last things that happened in the game was Souček made a really good tackle. They almost blew the whistle directly afterwards. Really, really good. Loved the way that Rice covered for Cresswell when Cresswell fell over. Well, that was really good. So I didn't think Souček had a bad game today. I thought he played a couple of decent passes, actually, as well. Travelled with the ball a little bit. I was quite impressed with that, actually, him today. Bowen, decent. And Benrahma, I really, there's a lot to like, isn't there, really? I mean, I always wanted one more quality player in there, but I really like the way he travels with the ball. There was mistakes there, but we can iron those out. There was the final ball could and should have been a bit better, but I think at one point with Benrahma, he was probably. I think it got to Haller. I thought Haller knew how bad he was playing, and sometimes he wasn't making the runs. And I saw a couple of times Benrahma try to play a couple of balls, and Benrahma was saying, "Well, why weren't you running into that channel?" But the body language had gone. Haller had gone by that point. Lots to admire, mate. Really, really. Really decent today.
Yeah, I thought Rice and Souček were fantastic, both of them. Again, up against arguably a midfield 3, but they didn't feel like they were outnumbered at any point watching them. I thought they both covered the ground really well. I thought they were taking in turns to go forward. One was always disciplined. I thought them two were just brilliant tonight. Both of them were really, really good. To be fair, I thought Calvin Phillips was really good for Leeds as well. There's one point he shrugged Benrahma off just early on in the second half. Benrahma sort of tried to go shoulder to shoulder, and Calvin Phillips just sort of stood there and just, away you go, and Benrahma went flying. But Rice did it to someone in the second half. He went down the left and someone went to barge into him, and Rice just sort of like bashed him off, said, "What are you doing?" and carried on with his run. I like that. I thought it was almost like the English defensive midfield derby tonight, and I thought they both looked really, really good out there. I think Sofao played really well back in like a conventional right back position. I thought that was a better game from him, less attacking stuff to do. One or two times he went too far forward, but I thought Bowen covered him really well. One occasion he made a run and Bowen's pass was overhit, but you could tell immediately that he was not going to get on the end of it, but he continued running, and you thought, whoa, where are you going, and he just kept running. In this defence, I think it was Cooper passed it back to the keeper, who passed it to someone else, who passed it to Cooper, and all of a sudden Leeds had a triangle moving up the left, and Bowen bust on arse to get back into the right back position. They said, "Don't worry, mate, I've covered you. It's my fault. I've overhit the pass. I'm here. Get back here, SAP." But I'm in the right back position. I just thought it was really good. I thought the understanding of all the players were fantastic tonight. I thought Ogbonna and Balbuena struggled in the first half because I thought Leeds were trying a lot of through balls in between our full back and centre backs, and I don't think we're coping very well with that. I thought Bamford was running in that little area, was really good. Rafinha was coming off the side really well. I thought Rodrigo had the run of the park in the first half a little bit. We were struggling to pick him up, but I felt in the second half we just went a little bit deeper, 5-10 yards deeper, and said, "You're not getting this space anymore, try something else." And I don't think they knew what to do. They went to the crosses. They only really got one header. That was at the last minute when he should be doing a lot better. Rodrigo, he headed straight at Fabianski, but I felt like we tweaked our defensive settings in the second half and just reduced that spacing behind our defence, because I thought they were exposing it quite well in the first half. When we're running out of goal, I think Ogbonna and Ogbonna looked a little bit almost like they were expecting Creswell to be the third centre back. It was because the gap's gone from, I don't know how much, but instead of 5 yards between Balbuena and Ogbonna, it's now 10 yards because they've got more ground to cover between the two of them. I felt like they were struggling a little bit, but when they've got their backs to our goal, when they're facing the play, superb. You just can't get past them. I think they're really, really good. I thought lots of good performances tonight, actually. There was, like I said, Fornals was invisible. I don't think he did anything that bad, but he didn't do anything good. It was almost a bit of a waste of a player space, almost, that you could have had someone with a little bit more about them. And I think Allaire was struggled a lot. I mean, he was unlucky on a couple of occasions, like his overhead kick. I mean, what a goal that would have been. But credit to Leeds goalkeeper. I actually think he was the man of the match overall, the Leeds keeper, Messalier. I thought that save from Balbuena's header was just unbelievable. I thought that was in.
That was superb.
I thought that was in. I was like, oh, what? And then the overhead kick save. And I just thought he was really, really good, that Leeds keeper. I thought he was brilliant. Bowen, strong performance from him. Another assist to his name as well. It's good to see him racking up these numbers. All good. Can I get your final thoughts on your man of the match, please, Gonzo?
Oh, I'm just really happy with today. I'm really happy. I put it off because I'm cautious, because I'm a West Ham fan, which is why I was saying that the Fulham game will tell us a lot. The Sheffield United game will tell us a lot, and so on and so forth. And I think the Man United, I said before the Man United game, and I think it did. And I'm happy with that. That confirmed that there's a quality gap there. That's fine. But I think today, that's it for me. Today, that's it. We're a decent team. We're a top 10 team. A decent team, mate. Tough to beat. Organised. Good coaching staff. Good committed players with good attitudes. A sprinkling and a quality in and around there, which sometimes is on the pitch and sometimes is left on the bench. But we got a manager who's going to do that. And if he gets in the lead, he's going to shut it up, mate. He's going to bring. It's the opposite of Bilic, who keeps on bringing in strikers, and that he's going to keep bringing on defenders. He's going to shut the game out, and I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine with it. I really am. Because I was wrong. I would have brought Lanzini on 2 different occasions during the game. I would have done that. Maybe wouldn't have done. Maybe Moyes didn't. He did say so. Really pleased. Man of the match. I was going to I thought Fabianski was really good today with those saves, but I can't see past today Declan Rice. Actually, I thought Declan Rice had a very, very good game today, and maybe I should give it to Bowen for his assist, or one of the goal scorers, or Cresswell for the other assist. But I thought when the going got tough, Declan Rice was there, and when it actually started going in our favour, Declan Rice was carrying the ball forward. Declan Rice he didn't get an assist today, but he probably should have had at least 2 assists. The one where Fornals fell over and sort of hit it 6 inches wide, again, was a really, really good move. He's tackling, he's passing, he's dribbling the ball forwards. He needs to add some. When he adds some goals to his game, you will be looking at a complete midfielder, Geo. Really good performance from Declan today.
Yeah, I think the manager got it bang on today. He had a difficult call how to solve the Masuaku injury thing. We won the game, you have to say he got it right. I think he needs a little bit of tweaking. I don't think he's quite got the formula yet to go forward, but I think he's got part of the blueprint there, and there's plenty to work with. I thought Ben Rama was fantastic on his first start for us. I thought he was really, really good, really exciting. You just know that guy's going to win his points. I thought he came out his shell a bit more in the second half, shooting from all sorts of angles and distances. But you know something, sometimes we miss that. Sometimes you miss a player willing to have a pop, and the fact is that he takes 3 or 4 shots that fly over the bar, go wide the post, but he's still willing to have a 5th one.
Yes,
you can't. There's something about that type of player that you cannot teach. You can't just. You look at Sebastian Allaire and Fornals, and when things aren't going their way, they sort of shrug a little bit and they look a little bit downbeat. Ben Rama doesn't have that. He backs himself a little bit. He says, "Don't worry about it. I've missed 3, but it's fine. The 4th one will hit the target." And I actually thought he bent one into the top corner in the second half. That effort he had from distance, I thought that was in. So I thought he was really good. I'm going to have to almost give credit to Moyes' lack of substitutions, actually, because at half time it was 1-1. game's pretty even, I thought. We weren't good, but I don't think Leeds were particularly good. One manager held his nerve and backed his team, and the other one made 2 changes. And like you said, the 2 changes didn't work for Leeds. I thought they were better in the first half than they were in the second half. They might have had a little bit more, their tails might have been up a bit more in the second half. Doesn't really matter. He was almost too erratic, BL, so I almost lost the plot a little bit and struggled to wonder why Leeds weren't quite clicking. And he's done something and it's just not quite worked. Whereas Moyes has backed his tactics, backed his players. It's paid off in the end because I think we were unlucky to only score 2. Balbuena hit the post. Fornals probably should have done a bit better with that chance. I don't know why he's hit it on the slide tackle. I think the ball wasn't that hard. I think he could have stayed on his feet and took a touch if he had to. But I think we were unfortunate. We fully deserved the win. At half time I thought a draw was a fair result thus far, but come this end of the half I think we completely deserved 3 points. And yeah, really happy. My man of match is Ogbonna. I thought he was just fantastic. Every time the ball come in, he just walloped the thing away, and I quite liked it. I quite liked that no-nonsense defending sometimes. Leeds were doing all the passy, and there was a couple of nervy moments. Sebastian Aller tackled their goalkeeper at one point. Granted, it was out on the touchline, but he slid in and tackled him. And I thought,
yes.
The next time Aller ran after him, he had to kick it away with his left foot, and he shanked it. You could tell he panicked a bit. Thought, crikey, that guy's like tackled me 5 minutes ago. I'm not risking this. But yeah, tactics bang on. I thought the players played well. One or two subpar performances, but generally very happy. I thought we'd lose today. This is fantastic 3 points as far as I'm concerned, and the weekend is going to be slightly more enjoyable than
what it was. Where are we in the league? Have we? Oh no,
fifth.
We've
gone back up to 5th.
Brilliant.
The league's very it's very close, the league. So yeah. Anyway, shall we leave it there?
Yeah, mate, indeed.
Right, we're off to record our player ratings. So if you're a patron, that'll be up. So if you're not a patron and you're thinking, what is the player ratings video? It's quite self-explanatory. We're way to
rate players.
We're way to rate some players. If you would like to know more about it, the link's in the description, or patreon.com/hamsterchat. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And myself and Gonzo see you very, very soon. We've got Crystal Palace midweek. The midweek's games are here. See you in a bit.